Simos, and Monkfish. Hard shots and
Yo, welcome back. Sim Car, Sim Dicky, aka the real fucking Sim Cock.
I'm Monkfish, how you getting on? And
Seamus D.
Yup. D for DJ.
D for Big Dicky. How you getting on?
Big arms, big dick. Look at the size of the man. He's a mountain of a man.
Now.
What's it?
You're a big old fella now.
Yeah,
How you getting on?
yeah we're looking
Not
for
too bad, you?
All good.
2021.
We had a bit of a mad few days, didn't we?
Yeah, to be honest, there was a mad few days, lad. Wasn't it?
It was just nuts.
I will say nothing about this fella. This man.
It was just nuts. But here,
Believe that behind us.
we leave that on the
long finger.
long finger. We leave it on the long finger because we have Seamus D here now. Big DJ, big man.
Oh, we should have had the old tune on.
We should have. Now we play at the end, will we?
Yeah, whatever.
We play at the end of it.
You can play it through the whole thing just in the song because it's his song. There'll be no copyright.
Oh yeah. But here, right,
Anyway.
we'll jump into it. Your new old song. Your new what do DJs call it actually? Not the way when it's like no when
not the EP or something.
yeah, like it's not the way when singers release
a
a
single. If it's a single track, it's a single. Then if it's like, say, like 3 tracks, it'd be like an EP and an over.
Yeah, but see,
is that'd be the same for like a band and all, wouldn't it?
How does it work, right? So now when DJs obviously making songs, like they're mashing up other people's songs. Like how does that work in copyright now?
It's not always like that. So like you can basically like make your own songs and then get your own vocalists in and all. It's just a lot more difficult to do.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier for people to catch on to a track that they already know.
Yeah, no,
From someone
like a
say
remix.
for instance, if you have a big following like the likes of like Rihanna, who I took the vocal from, or like Beyonce or any of them, when they put out a track, people listen to it 5 or 6 times that week that they release it. Whereas if somebody who's only starting off puts up something, nobody's going to listen to it 5 or 6 times.
True,
You get me? So they have a bigger influence on it.
Yeah, of course.
So it just helps a lot when you're using that to put it in. But then when people do covers, so say for instance, right, if I made a song and then I got like a certain artist to sing the song, but it was a Rihanna vocal or something vocal, you don't get copyrighted for that because it's a cover. It's not technically them.
That's deadly. Yeah, that's a good way around the Harley.
That's mad, isn't it?
Yeah, good little loopholes.
And what? So your song was?
No, he did use Rihanna's vocal.
It was actually Rihanna's. Did you ever use anyone? Did you ever bring anyone in to do?
So when I initially released it, it was Rihanna's. Now we do own the rights to it. But it's not. It's actually not Rihanna now that's singing it.
No way.
So like what you were saying, it was someone else.
Yeah, but like it still does sound fairly similar. Like it's an artist that sounds like if you listen to it, like it does. Like it's very hard. Even though I know it's not her, like it does still sound like her. It's mental. Like.
What a tune!
What a tune!
On the old Capital Radio and all, you about that?
Yeah, no, it's doing well. So it's
doing
on
the bits, alright.
Capital Radio. It's doing alright over here as well, like on the Irish radio stations. But the English ones are just like getting mental numbers.
That's where you wanted to hit the English,
aren't you? The UK is where it's at, gigs wise and everything. Like
they're more into that though, aren't they?
Oh, 100%. Like,
do you think SoundCloud is the way for? Like, remember everyone? I'm a SoundCloud rapper and all this, but people actually get serious views.
SoundCloud was good for DJs though.
I'd rather go to SoundCloud for the remixes than Spotify sometimes. To be honest, you get fuck all.
Yeah, because you'll get. See, the copyright isn't as strict, but in the last say 2 years, it's after getting a lot more stricter. So even though it isn't as strict as the likes of YouTube and Spotify, it still is.
Yeah, no,
you know what I mean?
And how long?
Go on.
No, what were we gonna say?
I was gonna say, do you get paid now, like through SoundCloud to people?
So you can do a thing called monetizing. So if you monetize it, but
can you monetize on SoundCloud?
That's what we're trying to do as well.
But the thing is if you monetize something and you don't own the rights to it. So say for instance if you use like some artist's vocal and you put it on, you monetize that, like you can get sued for that. Now that's
Old Mac Tenzin was doing that. His songs are getting taken out left, right, and centre of the book.
But see, what happens is say for instance, like loads of people make remixes of other songs.
Everyone does.
So unless you're getting like mental views that it comes to the attention of the person who made the song or their team,
Yeah.
they're not gonna know.
But you're making your own beats now. You're making serious little beats.
Would it take you long?
Still, like 2-3 weeks on a track sometimes.
Would
like,
it?
You know what I mean? Yeah, like it's not like something like
For one song?
Yeah, I know some people like that make tracks in like an hour, 2 hours.
And
like,
would it be
it's-
bangers, like?
Yeah, but it's just experience. Like they're doing that a lot longer than me.
Yeah, but I have a little question here. Obviously, on the like equipment, is it good important to have the proper equipment, like our DJ?
Ah, yeah, big time. Yeah. Now, DJing and making music is two separate things. So.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
No, I didn't know that.
No, I
So-
thought I was just doing this and all.
No. So, like, I'm DJing 9 years, but I'm only producing.
I actually seen the picture you put up the other day of
Yeah,
was it in your bedroom?
yeah,
Was it or something?
No, of my
little-
bedroom.
the
Yeah.
little table you had, and you just had a little speaker there and there.
Yeah.
Laptop or something. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I thought you were talking about another picture. I put up a picture of me DJing in Sin like 6 years, probably longer than
God,
that. It was
remember
me
Sin?
junior shirt night.
Remember
No
seeing
way.
the
Probably about
fish
50
balls?
kilo at the time, like double the weight.
The old fish balls in Sin were the
Yeah.
beast. You ever in there, no? Sin.
Insane. I was in it once. I think I was in it once.
Yeah, there used to be killings in there all the time too.
€50 bands, pay €50 free drink for the night.
Do you though?
Lord, what was that other place?
Where?
Devon used to go. Academy, was it?
Academy. I love Academy. I
You
don't know
got
what it
someone out
is.
there,
I
loads
only
of
went
times.
there once and I wasn't allowed in.
My brother and all, we all got fucked out there. Remember?
Remember,
Loads
yeah.
times. Gas.
But here, no, you were saying about
Yeah, tangent.
producing music
Yeah. You need
Oh
to-
yeah, so
compared to DJing.
yeah, so DJing you're basically just playing two tracks. Yeah, so you have a track and it's playing, everybody can hear it, and then you're basically mixing the next track in, and you kind of blend it so it's like
yeah.
a mix the
Just
whole
letting a bit
time. So
pop
you're
in.
continuously playing the
Yeah.
track. Producing is then making the song, like physically making it from
From scratch, yeah. The
And then
beats,
some
your
people
own
would
self.
say-
That's hard. I used to try and do that on
It's a few
GarageBand.
hard
Yeah.
hats.
But some people turn around and say, oh yeah, that's just this vocal with a beat behind it, but like the beat behind it that everybody thinks is fuck all isn't.
No, because you're not putting a few.
Do you know what I mean? Like there's a lot of graph put into it, like so.
Yeah, reach out fair
That's
bullshit.
mad, isn't it?
Yeah, you wouldn't think there was loads behind it.
Because I remember getting our GarageBand on my phone.
Yeah.
I'd sit there going, I'm gonna fucking make a Savage song,
Yeah.
and not having a clue, playing fucking trying to press a button to play the guitar and all.
Press the drums.
Yeah, remember you used to do that, but fuck me, there's loads in it. There's loads in it.
Yeah, big time. Like, and there's mad the difference between now and years ago as well. Like now, for you to make a song, like most of my songs are purely made through my laptop. Like,
Yeah.
that's it.
And
Like.
would you
Now
have
I
Mac?
do have outboard stuff that you would mess around with, but at least 90% of the song is made and arranged on a laptop.
Right,
Whereas
right.
years ago, you needed to have money to buy equipment to put a song together.
Yeah, so
Like you
now-
had to buy like basically like instruments to put it in. Like it's
Getcha, yeah.
mental. Like,
So you could deal with the least. Like all you need is a laptop now, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
And you
What?
wouldn't-
You just obviously, and you just go on and buy
you
all the
wouldn't need
apps
that.
and fucking.
Like you wouldn't need to be sitting there with like a little recorder yoke and getting the fucking a drum or a bit of guitar or a bit
Yeah,
of fucking
you can
this.
buy like they're called VSTs. It's like basically a virtual instrument,
Yeah.
and there's millions of them. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
savage, yeah.
you can just buy
Like
buy
samples,
them. Yeah, and then
basic
you get the samples off that.
Yeah, because we done that with we sort of done that with our yoke, didn't we?
Oh, it's our start of our tune.
Yeah, our tune for the start of this.
Snake Jazz.
It was like an app, but that Jordan has.
Yeah.
But you pay for it, and like people just put up free
Samples,
stuff. Like you
free
can't get
samples,
fucking
yeah.
copyright on it because it's just all free.
Yeah, yeah. There's loads of stuff like that where it's like royalty free, where you can use
Yeah,
tracks
yeah.
and stuff.
That's fucking mad, isn't it?
I want to ask them about the old events. The old secret events.
What's it called again? Signature events.
Signature events. Yeah.
When did you start that?
So originally it was supposed to start 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So I started actually running my own events, and just before lockdown, and I done 2 in the Sound House, and
Right,
then on the third one was due to happen in May, and COVID happened.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's a bastard, man.
But just before that, then John got in contact with me and he was like, he'd like to get into doing
Shout
it.
out to Big John.
Yeah.
Oh, Big John.
He's the main man.
So me and John were just like, yeah, fuck it, we'll run an event. So we booked one in the Button Factory, but it never got to go ahead. So we were sitting back and we were just like, we'll just wait for it. We rebooked it, then it got cancelled again over COVID. So
COVID is a bash, man. It's fucking.
COVID's around everything.
At the start, it was just fucking up everything. But now they're talking about fucking just dropping all the fucking.
Yeah, they're talking about that now. Yeah.
Hopefully it happens, man.
I stopped watching the news and all. I'm just sick
I
of it.
think everyone just
Sick
stopped
of it.
fucking
It's
watching it,
cold,
didn't
like,
they?
trying to
Yeah.
get over it.
Now, to be honest, I had a bad day at Christmas, man. It was a bad one. Had it for Christmas Day. Couldn't even do the presents or nothing with the young fella, man. He was at the bottom of the stairs and I'm at the top of the stairs, and I was like, did you like that? Yeah, son. No, I was like,
Throwing it down to them and all.
yeah, throwing it down to him. Here, son. Here,
Yours
there.
was mad though. You got your first time, you didn't even know you had it, and your second time you were worse.
Yeah, the first time I got. Did you ever have it?
No.
COVID. Oh, you're a lucky man. I got it twice. The first time I got it, 2020. Oh, I didn't even know I had it. Asymptomatic or something. Is that what they call it?
Yeah.
That's what I was. And the second time I got it, man, I was getting fucking pains up my spine and up in my joints and my elbows and my knees and all, shaking in the bed. Oh, horrible, man. Even going for the PCR test up in City West, I seen an outfit with his kid, and it was a little girl. I say she wasn't older than 7, and she was screaming, crying as the woman was putting the out her nose, and I was like, God,
It's fucking horrible.
It's just mad, isn't it?
yeah, it's sick out.
And what's the biggest? What's the biggest?
Sorry for that, man.
Yeah, we
Bit of
keep going on
COVID.
these tangents. What was the biggest? What am I trying to
Event?
think? No, yeah, like number wise.
Oh yeah, so what I was saying was, right, so John got onto me and he was saying we'd run something together, but in fact she didn't happen, blah blah and whatever, so we were like, you know what, fuck it, we'll do a rave instead.
Yeah, we'll do our own chats.
So the first rave we done, which was in Nice, that one, like,
In a warehouse, was it?
yeah, it
An
was like in
abandoned
a
warehouse.
big abandoned building, yeah.
Across, I know exactly where
And
it is.
There was like 4 floors to it. Now the top floor would have been unbelievable, but it was too dangerous. There was an elevator shaft in it.
No way.
It
Imagine
would've
someone
been-
falling down that.
Yeah. So
No
we
way.
were just like, even though it would have been tops, it was just too messy, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, fuck that. Especially
And
everyone with a few drinks on them.
I know, fair enough, it's a rave and whatever, but we try to do it as best we can.
Course,
We
yeah.
have security at and everything, like, we do try to make sure everybody
And you
gets
have
there.
buses
all,
and all.
Yeah, buses up and back
To
and
and
everything.
from.
Yeah.
That's savage setup.
So,
That's mad.
yeah, but that one went well. Then the second one we done was in Wicklow, and the Wicklow one was like probably the biggest one that we done. So we've only done 3 so far.
Yeah.
The Wicklow one, I'd say 350 or something like that.
That's good numbers, isn't it?
Yeah, the top of a mountain.
Yo,
daily oils,
savage.
yeah.
That's class, innit? Top
Yeah.
of a mountain, get up out of a big rave.
And it's daily 'cause it was-
did the rain hold off or what?
Yeah, it didn't rain the whole
Ah,
time. So it
right.
was it's like a castle. And say the castle at the top like is all open like this, so that's where we had the DJ booth.
Yeah, savage.
And then underneath it there's a big room, so we had like another little venue down the bottom floor as well. Do you know what I
savage.
mean? Had a little speaker going in there and all, so it was just,
Quality.
it was dead.
And what do you just like? Do you just ride around and look for spots?
Yeah, like where do you come up with the ideas
So
for spots?
the first one we were gonna actually do it in this big warehouse in Nice, yeah. And we went up, me, John, and one of the other boys, and we were like, right, this is where we're gonna do it. And this warehouse is huge. And we were like, if we're only doing like say 100, 150 people, we won't need all this space. So we want everybody in close enough that it looks half decent instead of having everybody sprawled out between a big huge area, like, because it was like the size of a football pitch. So what we done was we cleaned it up, and we were gonna buy fences and get the whole thing fenced off, right? After cleaning it up, then we were looking the next day we came down and we were looking, we didn't notice that there's a big huge hole in the wall. So if we had lights, the lights would have been shining out the hole.
Over in the corner.
And there's a main road like fairly close to it. So
you would have been
all
caught.
homeless men now living there.
yeah.
It's up where my board's cafe is. It is.
Yeah,
Little
so
spot.
like
You can
it
talk
would
about
be
where
top.
it was now.
Yeah, yeah, we're not gonna,
It's up near the nice ball.
the nice
place.
ball, yeah, that's where we were gonna do it, but it was just too risky. It would have got stopped early, and
Yeah.
but like we ended up cleaning up. We were there for 2 hours or something, cleaning the whole place, and there was just a square cleaned off in the building and like nothing there. So if anybody wants to try a rave there, won't because we're not going.
I remember
No way.
years ago when I tried to do raves. Remember when Project X and all came out?
Yeah.
Everyone was trying to
Me,
have all
me
the
and
big
John
mad
Redmond,
sessions.
fucking shout out John Boy. We tried to do an old rave in the orchard.
Did you?
Yeah, we did. Yeah. About 40 people there in the generator. Getting locked. I think it was 16 or so. Oh, love it. But what was it? I have something else here as well about it. Yeah, have you ever done gigs like abroad or anything like that in England or anything?
Yeah, well, not in England now. So I went over to Santa Ponsa and I done a season over there
Did you?
in
Right,
2017, and that was deadly. Like,
I'd say so.
I was over there for the summer. And
Paid and drink.
oh, it was messy. Like, it was proper messy. Like, I think I drank every single day, and I was DJing. Say, like, you'd start DJing at 12 o'clock at night till 6 in the morning,
Oh, Lord.
and then you
Legs
do that
hanging.
like 5 nights a week, and then I was doing 2 boat parties a week. So sometimes like you get like 3 hours sleep and then you're up and you're going out to a boat party for the day.
Savage. But you'd
And-
love it though.
Oh yeah, like
What?
it is heavy, but like at
That's
the same
heavy
time you're just like, yeah, fuck
Yeah,
it.
you're like, yeah, go on, get up, I'm ready to go.
But so sometimes then you'd be doing that, and like I'd be on the boat, and I used to always bring like pre-recorded mixes. Sometimes I'd be in bed.
Yeah,
I did go to sleep for an hour every day. When the boys be tending the DJ and all, I'd go have a nap and all, and then get back up,
Yeah,
and then
that's
just back
the way
on
to
the
do
sangria then.
Oh, I always
My
sang great,
God.
blow the head off.
Oh,
They're
stop.
tough.
They are tough. You can't do a lot of them.
You can do a lot of them.
No, you
They-
can't. The
they are-
sangrias, man. They're
the boat
dark.
parties, no man.
Oh, chap,
Yeah.
I went to a serious boat party in Ibiza. Oh man, me and Garnane. What a fucking...
Yeah, we beat this some spot. I went the following year, 2018. I went over initially to do a season, but we only lasted about 6 weeks.
And where was this in St. Ponsa again?
No, I beat it.
Oh, in Ibiza, yeah?
Yeah.
And where were you going to be doing it from?
So I just went over and I was like, do you know what? I'm just gonna go. I'll sort it when I get there.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? Like, I was
Yeah.
like, fuck it, I'll just go over. So I went over and paid for a hotel for a month. And what happened was the first week we got there, I met this fella. He's actually from Tallaght, and he was saying to me, "Oh, like I have an apartment and all, and we have a room there,
Yeah.
and if you want." And I was like, "Yeah, lovely."
Happy days.
So I was like, "That's our accommodation sorted." And then coming to the end of when we were finished in the hotel, I texted him and I was like, "Yeah, look, I'm out here in 5 days. Like, can I move in?" Oh, one of the boys at the moving in. I was
Oh,
like,
no
"This
way.
fella for real?" Like, do you know what I mean?
Seriously, yeah,
So then when we were looking, so we had 5 days to find somewhere,
Yeah.
and we were looking, and
on the hunt.
it was everywhere. It's like $2,000 a month, $2,000 deposit, €1,000 agency fee. So for the first month I paid $5,000.
Fuck
So
that.
I brought less than that over with me, and then sure, you just squander the money.
Yeah,
Yeah,
of
over my
course you
beat.
do.
Do you know what I mean? Just
Of course,
spend on
yeah.
drink and all.
Oh
like.
man, I left me soul in Ibiza man that year.
Did you? I never went. I probably wouldn't either.
Should leave that
I'm more of a
More of a fucking Irish bar type man.
yeah. I'm more sit there.
That's not my voice.
No, I'd love to go. I would love to go to one of the raves though.
Ah, yeah, I definitely want to go to a rave.
Because I went when we were at Electric
Miss the
Picnic.
old raves, man.
When we were at Electric Picnic, we went to the fucking rave in the woods at the end of it, and they do it at 4 in the morning.
Yeah. Where was that?
That's only
made?
when it starts.
Is that made? Is it? Electric
What
Picnic?
Electric Picnic is in? No, it's in Stradbally.
Where the fuck's that?
Miles off. It's
Miles off. That's
yeah.
it. Miles
Between
off.
Leash and
Kildare
somewhere
or
else or something, isn't it?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
But that rave in the woods was deadly. That was started
This-
at 4 in the morning and just went
Disco
down.
biscuits like
Just everyone mad. Just
mashed.
Oreo biscuits.
They had,
Yeah.
they had this big like a big muck down, right, that everyone was standing in, and there was everyone over their heads like racing each other down and all this they were getting happy down and just face plant in the middle of the
Oh
muck.
man, what's wrong with some people, man?
But it was like like a little skate park, but it was just all muck, and that's there was just everyone just legging it down. But it was deadly though. It was
Yeah,
deadly.
they think like festivals and all ever come back. I watched the story, like, you know, it's just
Hopefully.
COVID was fucking.
I'd say so. I don't know. Like, it's hard to tell because
Isn't it? It's hard to
everybody
tell.
thought this year we're gonna start nightclubs open, this,
Yeah.
that, and the other, and then they're after going,
Yeah.
"Oh yeah." It's not like even like me and John now have a gig booked in the Sound House on the 25th of February, and people are texting us and be like, "Oh, when are tickets on sale?" and this, that, and the other, and we're like, "There's no point. I'd rather not put the tickets on sale till the week before."
Yeah.
And
And
know
know
that
that
it's
you-
actually
know,
going
yeah,
ahead.
yeah.
Of
They're
course,
taking everybody's money for the sake of it, and then turn around and be like, "Oh yeah, it's postponed
And then-
for another fucking 10
yeah.
months." Like,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean?
Having to go
Probably
through the
looking-
whole hassle of handing money out and all.
Yeah, probably
Yeah.
have to hand money back.
Yeah, fuck that, man. And have you any plans to fucking do? Well, obviously we're saying that they're not on, but would you like to be doing festivals and all?
Yeah,
Obviously,
yeah.
yeah.
So I can't go into big detail about it yet, but there is one planned, hopefully within the first 6 months of the year.
Happy days.
And
Is this true who we are signed with and all now?
No, this is
Just your own yoke.
Yeah, this is our own thing. Like,
But what about you're signed up with Sony?
yeah,
aren't
so
you?
I'm signed up. So I'm signed with Sony, Sony Columbia. There's loads of actually like
Different
Sony's like a corporation. There's like 10 different labels. So I'm with Sony Columbia. So I'm with them for 3 tracks. So I've released the fourth one, which is out like 5 weeks now.
And it's hopping around.
Yeah, so like the goal is obviously to get into the UK charts. I'm
Course,
doing well now in the iTunes charts. I'm like in the top 20 over in the UK in dance, and in all genres I'm in the top 100.
Get up, that's
So
still
like
good,
it's still
man.
alright,
Fair
like, do you know what I
play,
mean?
Seamus, fair play, man.
So once that kind of gets more views and the more it builds
The
up,
man from Dover.
yeah, the
Look out
closer
that.
it comes. I'm actually from Kilnarden.
For fuck's sake.
You had to say
You
that.
had to
didn't
say
you?
that.
Can we cut that
We
bit
cut that
out?
bit out. The man from Killinard, Newfoundland.
Ah,
Love it.
fuck, that's mental, isn't it?
Yeah, that's quality though, to be honest.
Yeah.
That is savage.
That's mad. And how long did that one take you?
To
What?
make.
To make?
Yeah, I'd say probably 2 weeks maybe.
2-3 weeks.
Yes, dude, I don't like that, just take that
But
out, do that.
That's it. That's the thing. When the track got put out, it was like 4 minutes and 20 seconds. But then, like obviously for radio and stuff, has
You had
to
to
cut
cut it down.
down.
Yeah, of
So it had to be
course.
cut down to 3. But then there's certain radio stations over in the UK that like it's a bit long. We want it a little bit shorter. So like there's 1 or 2 stations that want it at 2 minutes. So
would-
it's like nearly half the
yeah,
song.
would you not just make different
No.
variants then of it?
Oh, there's about 15. Oh, it's,
Love
it's
it,
yeah.
you're on the
Yeah,
ball anyway.
Yeah,
love it.
yeah, there
Good
is.
job.
Anyways.
What and how do you come up with it? Like how do you come
Yeah,
up with
that's it.
a
You
song?
just have to have the
Like,
brain for it.
yes, it's more about just
Like you
being
hear
in front of
something and
your
go,
computer for hours. Like, do you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like, or sometimes you might be out and you'd hear music and you're inspired by it, and then you go back and then you get this, and then you
Yeah,
download
man.
different sample packs or new VSTs, and you mess around with them. You're like, oh, this sounds good. But even looking at all the bigger artists, it's all just about just being there in the studio and just messing about with it until
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
happens. Like, it's not like anything mad technical where you have to do this and this. Like,
Yeah.
most of the people that make songs don't know much about music, in a sense where like, not the way like they can't like play the piano or like I have
yeah.
MIDI keyboards and stuff like that, but I wouldn't be able to play like a song. Like if you don't know,
Yeah,
like,
no,
I
what
play
you're
that
saying,
song.
yeah.
Like, I don't know how to. Like I'd mess around and be like, that sounds top.
That little
Record that bit and then just mess around with it on the computer.
Yeah, I
like,
know
do you know
exactly
what I
what
mean?
you're saying, yeah.
That's
But
mad.
on the other side of that, like, say when you make up your songs or your tunes, whatever you want to call them, like, if anyone says, you're using my mixes, or, you know what I mean, you're robbing my bleeding
No.
flows or something.
Not really, no.
Any beef going on?
No, not really. It's not like the rap
Robbing
scene, like, do you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
not like that. Like,
you're
so-
robbing my flow.
You're robbing my beef.
no, like it's not that bad. Like, yeah, like people wouldn't really be like the only people that would be saying things like that would be like the artists that you take the vocals
yeah,
from, and
yeah.
even at that, they're not even gonna give you a look in unless you're getting millions of views, and then
Yeah,
they're gonna be
sure.
like, "Here, you're at to making money from that." Because
Yeah.
like if you put things up on Spotify and start getting decent views, and you get paid for that.
Yeah.
YouTube, unless you monetize it, but
Yeah.
the thing is if you monetize things that you don't own the rights to, you can get yourself in
Yeah.
trouble for.
They're done for, yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
basically, yeah. That's it for each job. Where it is.
My God,
what to have
you
it.
wouldn't even think there was that much involved in it, wouldn't
No.
you? You think you were just there like.
Yeah.
If you're here's
Or I
another-
heard the fucking old Johnny singing there. I'm gonna throw it on top of
collaborations, any collaborations you'd love to do going forward?
that I'd love to do.
Like with other DJs, you
Well, I've been working on. I worked on 2 tracks with Robbie G.
shout out Robbie G.
Shout out Robbie G.
Shout out Robbie G. Fella, like he's unbelievable. Robbie's one of them people that he will be able to throw a track in like
Yeah.
an hour or
He's
two.
that
Do you
good,
know what I
yeah.
mean? Like he's that much more, because like I'm DJing 9 years, Robbie's probably producing 9 years.
Producing,
Do you know what I mean? Like so, like he has that a lot over. Robbie's probably, I'd say, one of the best producers in the country. Him and another lad, Ev Wild, as well.
Ev World.
Yeah, and he's the most Ev is like probably one of the most underrated producers. But like,
Is he?
the
Yeah.
songs he does be sending me.
There's
man.
loads here. It's not a fucking like. It's a bit of a saturated market though, is it? At the minute, like there's
Yeah.
loads and not SoundCloud DJs, but a lot of Irish DJs coming up. But it's good though in a way. There's a lot of music coming from the Irish DJs.
See all the.
No,
like
Bissett and all fucking his tune with Silky. That's
Yeah,
good
that's
for
that's
Irish
doing bits,
people.
yeah,
like, Irish
100%,
DJs.
yeah.
They open up doors for the rest of
Yeah.
this.
I remember I forget who was talking down. We were saying, do you think that see all that fucking the whole a big beat drop? Do you think that's all done away with? Well, not done away with, but you know, like there's always a stage where like
In the song,
a load of songs will come out and there's they all sound the same because it's just one big beat drop in it, and then I just like fucking go mad for a few seconds.
Yeah.
You love it now,
But it depends what type of genre of music you're listening to.
Yeah.
Like people that say
House.
like, oh, I listen to house, but like there's loads of different types of house. Like there's tech
Gar-
house, there's deep house, there's like,
Yeah.
I like
do you know what I
deep
mean?
house,
It's not
but
just
deep
the
house. Garage house.
Yeah.
Garage like that. Yeah. I'll make me old tune.
But there is,
I'll do a load of ad libs for you. No, but like, skitya!
be taking over the UK scene by next year.
Shut up!
Imagine being
Russ.
that imagine having to be that person that everyone thinks is like, hey,
Will you do this?
I need you to just come in and say something that sounds like a door.
Yeah, but half the time it's the rappers that are doing it. I was looking at Tion Man has a documentary up and like he's
Does
going
he?
on, but like there's bits in it where you see clips of him just doing the ad libs. So like there's no music playing, no nothing, and you can just hear them doing all the noises.
That's what you never see
fucking gas.
your man Russ, is it? He goes, shut up,
Yeah.
bully.
Yeah.
That's stuck in my head. That lives rent free in
But-
my head.
Right, let's pull away from the music there for a minute.
Right, go for it.
What about? Remember you set up your whole gym. Remember you were doing the Oak in the Park during COVID.
Old
Yeah.
SD Fitness.
Yeah, so
You're still going with that, anyways, yeah.
yeah.
Are you in anywhere now, or is it still outdoor?
Yeah, no. So what happened there
So
was
he's representing the man. Look, it's on him.
yeah,
He's representing
and all.
SD Fitness, fair play, yeah.
SD Fitness 98.
So basically, when about 3 or 4 years ago, when I was in college doing engineering. At the same time, I was like, I wanted to do a PT course. I didn't want to
Yeah.
even do it to become a PT. I just wanted to do it for my own
Just-
self because like, I
yeah.
love training. Like, I've always trained since my kid. Like, do you know what I mean? Always in something, whether it was like
Yeah.
kickboxing or football. Or, do you know? I was
Anything,
always in
always
something. Like,
yeah.
and I've done that, and then obviously I was flat out DJing. Coming up to COVID, like I was doing like 5-6 gigs a week or whatever. Like, do you know, I was
Right,
busy
that's-
and I was working.
That's flat out.
Yeah, and then COVID happened, so going from 5-6 gigs a week, and like you wouldn't DJ for less than like 150, 250
Yeah.
a night.
Was that much you get paid, yeah?
Yeah,
What,
so
250?
like that's like certain club gigs that
Yeah.
during the week, and then like you get more than that for weekend gigs or parties
Would
and
you,
stuff
yeah?
like that as
Well,
well.
you'd be
yes.
doing longer, wouldn't you, on the
Yeah,
weekends?
it depends, like, do you know what I mean? Because then some nights, like some places, like say for a club, like they might have 4 or 5 DJs in, so you might only get you in for an hour, but like you
Yeah,
get 100
yes.
quid for an hour. Do you know what I mean? Which is
That's right,
which is
it.
good, like, do you know what I mean?
Have
And
cash
even
in
night
hand
out.
as well.
Come here, that's the best thing
not,
about it.
Not really.
No.
Most of it is kind of gone like all.
I'd say
proper-
nowadays,
proper like
nowadays it's gone.
Unless you're doing
everything's gone
like
through cards
parties
now.
and stuff like that, but like I'm not really doing parties
Have
anymore.
you used to do parties, did you?
Yeah. Like when I started off, I started off house parties. Then I started doing them We Are Young. Remember that?
Oh my god,
Yeah.
yeah. Remember we
I
were
started
young, yeah?
DJing at them.
Remember old Carl Kelly? He used to
Yeah.
be an old DJ, didn't
Yeah.
he? Shout out little Carl. He's not little anymore, but
Yeah, but I used to do that, and then after that, then I was kind of just I got into start doing parties and club gigs, and you'd get more money for parties than club gigs. Like the Dublin club scene, like the money, unless you have a big name behind you, you're getting fuck all for it.
yeah.
So then
It's
I was
all about
getting
the-
like I was doing parties, then getting 50, 60, whatever euro an hour. So like obviously I take that over a club gig. So if you get off for the
That's
club
mad,
gig
isn't
and
it?
you're doing a
Of course.
party, surely you're gonna go for the one that you're getting nearly 400 quid a night instead of going for something.
400 bucks. Yeah, right job. I'd be taking that anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
So we were the
like,
same when we used to do when me, Bobby and Jordan used to do it.
He was
the
in
band.
he was in the old band. He was. A
What,
boy-
yeah?
in a boy
yeah, a
band.
few years.
He used to play the drums.
He used to play the little drum box.
Little
Yeah,
box.
we were getting deadly money. We were down nearly every weekend down in Wexford, and we were down 2 nights, Friday and a Saturday, and we're getting 150 each
Love it. And we're
And
getting
free
paid
drink.
up. Oh, that's the best part.
for the whole night.
And
and
do you get free drink? Or you probably won't drink dinner.
Yeah, well,
You're doing
when I started off, like now, like from about say 16 to about 19, I used to be like I'd always drink when I was DJing.
Yeah.
But then like I started driving and all, and I was
you
just
don't-
like,
yeah.
drive. You rather
Bring
have
all
an
your shit
option of
with you and all,
driving
yeah.
to a gig,
Yeah.
getting paid, and coming back with money,
Yeah, right
or
job.
going to do a gig, spending nearly all your money, and you get a few free drinks. But
Yeah.
like
don't
anytime
want
I
it.
ever drink, I drink loads. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't like. I wouldn't be one person
have
to
the
say,
business
"Oh, I'll
head
have
in
one
you
or two
anyway.
drinks." Like, do you know what I mean?
Doesn't he? Has now business head on the money, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't pay it that now.
No,
Sure, even to do what you were doing during COVID was a good idea.
that is
Yeah.
out in the parks fair play.
Use the
Yeah,
park,
yeah.
so it's free to use.
Pretty much, but they actually brought out things. So what you call it? I basically when I stopped DJing, then I got into. I was like, I want to make like I always have something. I want to make money. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, so whatever like that. Like, I always have that drive. Like, one job just isn't cutting it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I bought a shed and started PTing people out in my back garden. So initially, right, what I was gonna do was I was gonna pick 2 girls and 2 fellas, yeah, and say, right, I'm gonna train this for free for 8 weeks. And I wanted to get transformation photos, like, do you know what I mean? Because if you just hear the PT and you haven't seen their work, people ain't gonna go to you. Yeah.
Picture at the start and then at the end.
Yeah, so that's what I was gonna do. Now, the ones that actually done it, most of them didn't stick it out. But I was only in it, like, I only started doing it a week, and I actually started getting clients. I was like, I didn't do it thinking it would have, like, actually picked up as well as it
so
did.
fast, like.
Yeah, and then what happened was one of the days I was down with my dad's, and I was talking to my granddad, and he used to own the school in Moulton, like, he sold it and all, but he turned around to me and he was like, oh, like, he was like, the one thing that used to bug him was they could only teach one person at a time. He was like, I would have loved him to be able to teach 10 people at a time, do you know what I mean? Because you're making more money.
Course,
even if they're giving less, you're making more.
Of course, yeah.
And that's just something that stuck with me. I was like, yeah, I'm going to do that, like, do you know what I mean? So then I started doing the boot camps, doing them 3 days a week.
What an idea.
What an idea was right.
So now it's gone from, I was doing it at the park just before you get to the Kiltipper. Now it's gone to Kilnard and Astros.
Is it?
Yeah.
Kilnard,
So,
the KCS school?
no, the community centre.
Oh, the community centre.
Yeah, so I'm doing it in the Astro there. So it's starting back now tomorrow.
Happy days. And you've booked up with a load of people.
Yeah, it's doing alright, yeah.
Happy
Well,
days.
Better than the Astro, I'd say, with the weather and all.
Definitely, yeah. The big thing that had turned people off as well is the muck, because especially like, say for instance, steps and all. If you're stepping up
true,
onto something
slipping.
and you step muck onto it, and then if you have to do something, you have to put your hands on, and do you know what I mean? Like, it's messy. But I couldn't move it indoors, because if I moved it indoors and then
all
something happened with COVID,
restrictions.
then I have to cancel the boot camp. So I'd rather do it outdoors and hold off for another year before I move indoors.
Yeah. And then probably down the line open up a gym or something.
Yeah,
you
well,
never know, yeah.
that's
You
what
never
I was last year. Like, I had it in my head I wanted to open one in January, but at the time I was working full time, so I was working in a DJ shop's only up the road there.
Yeah, DJ shop.
Yeah. So I'd do like a full week's working there, and then I was PTing before and after it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So you're flat out anyway.
Yeah, but I was real restricted into what I was doing, because obviously I could only take PTs from say 6 to 10 in the morning, or from 7:30 onwards at night time. Do you know what I mean? I couldn't get that people during the day because I was obviously in work. So what I done was I was like, right, I left there just before Christmas.
You left the job?
Yeah. So now I'm doing this full time. So I want to be able to make sure that I can actually support myself doing it first, before taking a commitment.
So you're full in now on SD Fitness, Seamus.
Yeah.
You're fair play to
That
you.
and raves.
That's a mad mix, isn't
Where's
it?
the most money coming from? That's what I want to know.
Well, to be fair, right, at the minute for me, the PT is right, because the rails are once a month, but we're keep reinvesting. Like, we're buying equipment, we're buying things. Like, we're not squandering the money. Like, it's not like we're getting the money and like, oh yeah, going out and buying clothes and all that. Do you know what I mean? So like, we haven't took out that money. Like, that money gets invested into things.
Of course, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Sure, that's the best way of doing it
Invest in
anyway.
yourself.
Yeah, look,
Invest in
you're
yourself.
better off investing into something, and then in a year's time, then say, right, I'm after making this amount of money. I'll take that. Like, do you know what I mean?
Even both the raves could be huge in a year's time, and especially your little PT as well. That could be huge as well. You could get big clients. You never know.
Yeah, exactly.
Celebrities even.
Yeah, you could, yeah. Sure, look at Steve-O was on with us. No, Stephen Owens.
Yeah, he trains down there as well, yeah.
So he was fucking training Robbie Keane there only 2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I mean, you
It's
never know.
fucking
You
mad,
could get
isn't it?
someone. You just fucking blow up. Then your page blow up. Then social media as well.
And how many clients do you have? Do you have many?
At the minute, so I've about 15 that's in the boot camp, and then
That's good, man.
I'd say
Probably 10 hour
maybe
head or something, is it?
what's it?
10 hour head.
So I do it. It's 50 for 2 weeks or 80 for a month.
Savage.
It's 3 classes a week, like, do you know what I mean?
That's good, man.
And then I've about
Get on to him there.
7 or
Run to
8
the man.
for the PTs, but they're all down like 2 or 3 days a week.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
That's not bad though, is it? Three nights.
Yeah, that is good.
Sure.
Very good. I just want to get signed by a label. If anyone wants to grab me there, sign me up.
Was it mad? Obviously, now
I'll
you
sign
were
to any
saying that
label.
there's loads of labels.
The Illuminati and all that
of
stuff.
Sony, but I'd say it was just mad to have.
Yeah, no, Sony were one of the last people to get in touch. It's like, it was mad because I had the track out. I released the track in February
Did you?
last year, and it went out. And a mate of mine, Lark and Mills, he shared on his TikTok. It was doing alright numbers, but like nothing like,
mad.
yeah, nothing to
mental
brag
to me,
about.
yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? And Larkin put it up on his TikTok, and it just started getting mental viewers. Getting DJs text me from England, can you send that over to me? I'll play it, and this, that, and the other, sending me videos, and it was mad.
And would you send it on?
Yeah, surely.
People
yeah,
probably try and rob the song on that. No.
No, but you couldn't.
No, but how could he?
yeah,
My
true,
name's
yeah.
on it, anyways.
Yeah, true.
Do you know what I mean? So, like, and
Be sending it to everyone.
yeah, like the more people, the way I look at it is, I'd rather send it to people for nothing, for them to play it, and the more people to hear it.
Yeah,
For the
true.
next time, then when you put it out and whatever, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying.
But yeah, so
Savage.
it got noticed then in the summertime, and there was a few, I'd say maybe 6 different labels that got in contact with me.
They're all fighting over you.
But it was
We
like
want
they must have like a little group chat, like now people are trying to say like, oh yeah, like look who I'm gonna sign or something, because
You tell me, give him this.
it
and
was
I'll tell him
literally
this.
like one person got in touch with me, and then in the space of a week the rest of them did, and I was like, how, like in
How
the
do
space
they
of a
all
week
know?
do they all know, like, do you know
That's
what I
what
mean?
that's what happens. They
Yeah.
do. All these people are talking.
Yeah, people
They,
talk.
they all talk.
Hear people talk.
It's like even it's like what we were saying the other day, and it's like what we do with work. Like, see all the different scaffolding companies, they'll ring and go, "Oh, did you get asked the price that yoke up and yoke? Oh, will you go less on this one, and then the next big one they have,
We'll give
I
it a bit of
want price, so you can do it."
is that what you're at, is, yeah?
That's what they're all at.
Is there at that age, this cunt?
They're all
Working together.
They're all working together to work against each other.
Yeah, he's undercutting all over the gaff.
It was just
Well,
Business is business.
Yeah.
Business is-
Yeah, I'll come in
Business at the
10
end of the
grand
day.
cheaper there now, we'll put up a bit of scaffold.
And then the next one, then you just charge this, and sure we'll get you in then.
Yeah, what's
But that's what I'm saying. It's probably like the labels. They're all saying, "Oh, you tell them you're gonna give them this many
And
months."
can you say what other labels they were that were trying to get you? Or is that like a little bit against you? Sony.
Yeah, but no, like I went with Sony. Sony just
The
was
biggest name probably, was
yeah,
it?
it was the biggest name, right? But
better
the first one that got in touch was Defected.
Defected.
And like that's what I was like. Defected is like one of my favourite.
Yeah, that's where you go for
yeah.
the tunes, all the
Yeah,
Defected.
like, do you know what I mean? Like all the DJs on Defected at Hops, but like it was just like the way I was looking at it was like Sony would have had a way better chance of getting the clearance for them vocals than Defected would have, because even though Defected
you're
is such
thinking there now,
it's
you're
such a big
yeah.
label, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There was always that chance, and all of them always said there always is a chance that we could go for this and they could say no. Do you know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
like we had to get approval from like Rihanna's management team.
That's mad. Like, here's a song, here's old Seamus D.
Yeah.
Like, here's a song.
Rihanna's
Prove
sitting there
that.
going, "Who's
Rihanna
Seamus?"
Yeah,
Eating her porridge
I've
and
never
oats.
heard the name Seamus. What? Who is this fella sitting there eating a banana out in the middle of the fucking Caribbean?
And she's listening to that tune.
And she's sitting there going, "There's me,
That's
but
actually
it's
a
not
man.
me."
yeah.
It's actually not her.
That's mad, isn't it?
That is mad.
But they would have been the biggest one, obviously.
Yeah, so that's what I was looking at. Like, if I was gonna do it, I wanted to do it where it actually worked. Do you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it did. So
course,
yeah,
yeah.
I'm glad I did take that option. Like, do you know
Good
what I mean?
job. And you're doing a 3-track
3-track deal, yeah. with
3-track
them,
deal,
so.
50 grand. Happy days. You're so
I wouldn't
mad.
say 50 grand now.
And what,
50
like, what
grand
is it? What do
contract.
they say? Obviously, you can't say what they say to you, but like, what is it they say to you? Like, what do they go? All right, we'll throw it here and we throw it there, and then if it gets this, you have to give us this, and then all this
No,
crack,
like
is it?
it's like
It's the loads of terms.
yeah, yeah. Like
Like,
we
if it
had to
gets
go
mega-
through. Like, see when they said like, oh, we'll go for the track. Like, they were like, right, you need to get onto a lawyer, and I'm glad I did, because like they put me onto a lawyer, right? But oh no, actually it was actually a different label that put me onto a lawyer. But they were saying like, make sure the lawyer goes through it with you first, and there was loads of mad terms that if they turn around with me and goes, yeah, sign this, I would have done it straight away, because I was thinking like, you're thinking
you're
of
thinking
what
only
the
of-
outcome is.
yeah.
You're not thinking about what everything and like all the small writing is. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
You would have been
small
like,
print,
yeah,
yeah.
grand. And then there was loads of little things. I'm not going to say exactly what it was, but there was loads of little small things that dragged it out. That, say for instance, from the time that we agreed that we were going to sign a contract
Yeah.
to the time that the contract was actually signed, was probably like close to 2 months.
Going through all the fine print.
Yeah. And like think about that, if I didn't have a lawyer, I would have been like, yeah, grand, and there
lovely.
would have been things
You're
in
probably
it
giving
that
away
could've worked
rights
out.
and all. Like,
Yeah.
you would have been giving away rights of the song and stuff like that.
That's
not
mad,
now.
isn't it?
Yeah, it's
Selling this.
mental. Yeah.
And like the Illuminati knocker around. No?
Yeah, rocking up to the gap and all, bring me up.
We're about to sell our soul, aren't we? Remember
Yeah.
you were knocking into us?
They knocked in us there the other day, yeah.
Yeah, they're saying that we had a few viewers and all.
They said, how are you getting on, boys?
Freemasons and all.
Yeah, exactly.
Go down this, or not go down this.
No, don't go down that rabbit hole. But
That's another day.
what's
But look, we'll tell you the juice. Look, if everyone wants to
Shut
know.
up. No, but here,
No one wants to know.
the one question we always ask everyone: what's your plans for the next 5 years? Now, go on, you ask them there now, Johnny.
Seamus, tell us the goals. Finish out this episode for 2022.
So the goals are UK top 40, or UK top 10.
Top
Fuck
10,
top 40,
top
yeah.
10.
Fuck the
UK
40.
top 10, yeah. UK top 10. I want to start DJing more internationally because there's not
Mr.
many clubs
Worldwide.
anyways.
True.
Trio
And then I want to
fat.
open a gym.
And what would you call her, Jim? That'd be hard.
I don't know.
S&D.
Because I'm not going to call it, like, I know obviously like the branding now is SD Fitness, but I'm not going to call
you
it that.
change
But he change it, yeah.
I like the little gladiator head now.
Yeah, it looks well, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
I want
I never even
I
got
want a
that.
jumper.
I want me jumper.
I want a
Yeah.
jumper.
What would you call it?
That's a good one.
I don't
Right,
know.
we're stuck on this now. We're going to come up with a name from now.
We'll come up with a name. We'll think of a name. It had to be S&D.
It'd have to be, yeah. S&D or DJ with me.
Or what?
S&D.
What about DJ Jim?
The DJ gym. Where all the DJs go to
Just
work out.
all DJs go. And yeah,
And they're just pressing loads of
Most
keys.
DJs don't gym.
you have to be a DJ to be in it.
That's what I was going to say. TikTok. Would you go on TikTok and fucking live stream on TikTok and do little sets and all to build up your
That's
brand?
what's
Well, I
actually good.
I have a
that-
TikTok page already, so I only started up the TikTok when I started down the rails.
There's actually a
started
fella
posting it.
that's fly
Yeah.
out. I think you had him at a rave yoke. He's a bit of a heavier lad.
Look,
Black.
and that's the fellow I said to you.
Is that him?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a beast.
Yeah, 200k
What,
followers.
What, he
or
does that on
something, yeah.
TikTok,
Yeah,
does he?
he's a beast, man.
Goes live and
the
just does all
belters
the
or something
songs.
he does.
Yeah, he goes through like tracks and stuff like
Yeah.
that. That's a big thing that helped my track was. And I have to say, big shout out to Lachlan because
Big shout out
Big
to
shout out to
Lord. He's
Lachlan.
a big man on the old TikTok, that fella.
But yeah, no, he basically like you go through like different tracks like to listen to, and he just be popping down his room as LEDs.
Yeah, because
and all
I
that.
followed him, so I get all the little tunes for SoundCloud off him. To be honest.
Yeah, so he puts up the little pictures and all, so you can see which ones they look like and all that.
Savage.
Yeah, because people do that now, because most people don't go out. They do a Friday night with fucking
Yeah, by Sinbad.
Friday night
Monkfish.
with Sinbad and Monkfish, and they do
And
DJing
Seamus
on
D.
TikTok, and they say plug us into your speaker there, and we'll play a few songs.
Yeah, but that was
Not a bad
great.
idea, though.
So if I don't see it through the week, I'll see it through the window.
Keep your head out the microwave.
And be Seamus D.
And Seamus, do your outro.